I will provide a little bit of guidance for our meditation this morning. Please go ahead and settle into a comfortable meditation posture. And after you have allowed both your physical body and your mind to start to settle, go ahead and transition into meditation on the inner body. one of the insights that is to be realized through meditation on the inner body is that the body has consciousness. Another insight is that body and consciousness are not separate. As you know, your consciousness is not confined to the envelope of your skin. And because your consciousness and your body are not separate, your body is also necessarily not confined to the envelope of your skin. So for the last few moments of our meditation this morning, very gently, very, very gently, I'd like you to please observe sensations that extend beyond the envelope of your skin, sensations of the body that extend beyond the envelope of your skin. Now, now gently, please allow your consciousness to become less absorbed as you begin to arise for meditation. We dedicate all of the merit from this morning's meditation to world peace. May leaders of countries who are at odds with one another soon come to recognize at a very deep level that nothing is accomplished with minds of anger. And instead, may they resolve their differences using minds of empathy, patient acceptance, compassion, and wisdom. May the phenomena of conflict, aggression, and war soon become things of the past, not at all in the realm of our experience of our world. Completely fill up your belly and lungs with air, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes and bring your meditation to an end. Welcome back, everybody. You guys hear me? Okay. Yeah, good. Hi, good. Thanks, Blanca. Thank you. It's nice to be back. It's funny how we didn't have class on Friday, and just meeting once a week. It seems like a long time since we've been together. It's nice to be back. So that meditation on observing sensations beyond the envelope of our skin, it's a really subtle, it's a subtle, and for some of us, perhaps a confusing meditation. I mean, for most of us, for most of our adult lives, we have come to regard our body as definitely being bound by the envelope of our skin. And now we're talking about the body not being bound by the envelope of our skin. It's a pretty abstract concept, and one that I think warrants revisiting and doing some examination. And just let me say that I want to make a heartfelt appeal for you all to do whatever needs to be done for you to not just understand this made-up idea, but also to know it better than you know anything in your life, because complete and permanent liberation from suffering will be the result. And toward the end of our session this morning, I'll try to connect those dots a little bit as a refresher. You know, I have come to, at the risk of sounding immodest, I have come to know this stuff pretty well. This idea of made up ideas and the sense of self and the illusory nature of the sense of self. I know it pretty well and can speak about it pretty extemporaneously. And it didn't come without lots and lots of study and lots of contemplation and meditation and discussion with Sangha friends and watching and listening to teachings over and over and over. There are certain teachings that I have listened to, I'm not kidding, 100 times maybe. So, yeah, please apply yourself, doing whatever means necessary to come to know these ideas and these teachings really well, and integrate them into your reality. So when we talk about the body not being confined to the envelope of our skin, we have been using primarily, I think maybe exclusively, this notion that these notions that consciousness is not confined to the envelope of our skin, and our body and our consciousness are not separate. So if consciousness isn't confined to the envelope of our skin, then our body necessarily isn't either. That's one of the more abstract contemplations that we can apply. It might be beneficial for us to appease our thinking mind by looking at some more material examples of the fact that our body is not confined to the envelope of our skin. So one of the I think most graphic examples and easiest to understand is those of us who are parents, and how appropriate that we're talking about this on the day after Mother's Day. So those of you who are parents and those of us who aren't parents know that our children are the product of parts of our body, right? Bits of our body for a mother or father, and bits of our mate's body. Those two parts of our body, the sperm and the egg, served to create another being that is now existing beyond the envelope of our skin. Very clear, very straight. I think it's pretty irrefutable that demonstrates that your body is not confined to the envelope of your skin. Just look at your children. Other examples might be, and we can have fun with this. I encourage you to have fun with this, please, and really think about it, because it can get fun and it can get kind of trippy, or at least it does for me. So let's look at some medical procedures, right, that are conducted in our world. I hope that none of you have had the misfortune of having kidney stones. And I hope that none of your loved ones have had the misfortune of having kidney stones, because I think all of us know that as physical pain goes, it doesn't get much more pronounced than having kidney stones and needing to pass them. But there is this phenomena, I'm sure you all are familiar with it, whereby they can go in, doctors can go in with lasers and like blow up kidney stones, like destroy kidney stones, break them up into fragments, and then those with kidney stones pass the kidney stones, and they are no longer confined to the envelope of your skin, right? The kidney stones are released or purged from the body. They're no longer in the envelope of the skin. But those kidney stones are part of the body, can't you say? Maybe, yeah. Maybe another example, arthroscopic surgery. All sorts of amazing things they do with arthroscopic surgery. They go in for people with spine difficulties, kind of using the same thing. They remove nerves, parts of the body, so that they no longer cause pain to people who are experiencing spine problems. Something has to happen to those nerves that are like eliminated. They're eliminated through the body. go beyond the envelope of our skin? How about water? How about ingesting water? Yeah, we drink in water. It was previously something external to our body. We drink it, it becomes part of our body. Does it? Does it? Examine that carefully, I would encourage you. Does the water become part of our body? I think it does. I think it does. It hydrates different organs and different cells and so forth, and the water becomes part of the body. And then at some point, we pass that water, we eliminate it from the body. So it was part of the body within the envelope of our skin. We eliminate it, and it's still part of our body, we could say, that is now existing beyond the envelope of our skin. Yeah. You can make up whatever idea you want. You can say the water never really becomes part of the body. You can say it does become part of the body. The question, as always, is what is the most beneficial view for you to adopt? Okay. All sorts of examples for this. Food that we ingest becomes part of the body. We eliminate it. It was part of our body. It is part of our body. We eliminate it. Now it's part of our body that is existing beyond the envelope of our skin. Like I say, material examples to maybe help our thinking mind to buy into this really pretty radical notion that our body is not confined to the envelope of our skin. Why does all of this matter, right? Why does all of it matter? That's the really important question here. And again, I would invite you to really apply yourself to knowing this better than you know anything. So we grasp at a sense of self. We grasp at an I, and that I is the basis for everything that we experience, including suffering. If we come to recognize that the sense of self does not exist inherently, that it doesn't exist independently, and another expression for that is that it's a made-up idea. The sense of self is a made-up idea. It doesn't have any inherent properties or aspects. It does not exist independently. If we come to recognize the fabricated sense of self, then there will be no basis for us to experience suffering. When we drill down a little bit more deeply and say, what could this made up sense of self be comprised of? There are two phenomena, actually. Maybe you can decide for yourself. To my view, there are two components that can comprise the sense of self: the body and the mind. I don't think there's anything else other than body and mind that we could say comprise the sense of self. If we recognize that both the mind and the body are not confined to the envelope of our skin, then that means that they are out there, air quotes around the words out there. They are out there interacting with, being not separate from everything out there in the universe. If they're not confined within, then they are out there interacting with, merging with, existing with, in an interconnected way, everything in the universe. And as Reggie Ray says, if our sense of self is everywhere, then it's nowhere. If it's everywhere, then it is necessarily interconnected with everything, and our grasping at a sense of self, the basis for all of our suffering, ceases. I think we know this experientially. I think what we want more than anything else in our human lives is to experience connection. There's such joy that comes from connection. And by not limiting and confining these aspects of self to this vehicle, the envelope of our skin, we're connecting with everything and everyone, and sense of self disappears, and thus we're one with everything. The self is gone, the self disappears. Subtle stuff we can only come to really appreciate it experientially. But I would encourage you to please contemplate this and meditate and experiment on the meditation. That's where we get experience of it, is by experiencing. That's the only way, actually, experiencing the sensations that exist beyond the envelope of our skin. And then we'll come to experience the benefits. So thank you, everybody. On Friday, we'll get back to the Lojong. Thank you for being here. Have a blessed day and a blessed week.